Going up Adams Canyon. 1,500 feet in just under 3 miles, so pretty steep. Last few videos I've talked about a lot about strength training and how I'm making a transition to a new part of my season and going into winter. Speaking of winter, I mentioned we're expecting a little snow, but more importantly, a little bit of cold. Originally, we were expecting lows about 10 degrees on Sunday, but now they've downgraded to -2 to -5 degrees. So it's gonna get chilly, but the sun will be out. Back to the workout. I've talked a lot about strength training in the last few videos, about running easy, focusing on your form, focusing on your foot strike. And it's not always about going easy. On the opposite end, we want to work on force production. We want to create strength. And beginning from the foundation of strength, you need to make it a force workout, meaning it's got to be short and hard to develop a foundation of force that then is applied later to endurance. So right now I'm getting ready for winter. I'm making a change in my season, and I'm going back to foundational force and strength workouts. So I'm doing this 1,500 foot climb, and within this climb I'm doing 30-second hard intervals with a 2 or 3 minute walk rest interval. So this kind of workout is key for all types of runners, regardless of distance you're looking to race at or train at. It's fundamental to build force production. 15 to 30-second intervals, hard intervals with lots of rest. For those of you who may be following the Moffatone principle of training, from my opinion, this is what's missing from that strategy. You miss out on building strength early in the season. If you don't improve here, it's really hard to continue to improve as you start building your strength endurance. Two to 3 minute rest interval. I'm hiking it. That's crucial, so I get enough rest so I'm able to go hard again for my 30 seconds. This is not a cardiovascular workout, even though I'm breathing hard. It's strength training. It's neuromuscular. Lots of you have asked how you continue to improve your cadence. Doing a workout like this, where you're providing a lot of force into the ground and getting off your foot really quickly, that develops cadence. Remember, it's not just about learning how, it's about doing and understanding what it takes from a training perspective to get better. Steep. They don't always have to be done on hills. Obviously, hills help you with more force. So look to alternate. Some weeks do flat and fast. Other weeks do something like I'm doing today, where it's on the hills. And maybe the key difference here between something like this and a fartlek run is I'm getting lots of rest. Fartlek runs become more strength endurance, and a little bit more cardiovascular oriented, where today is all about building force and getting a lot of rest. So just pure strength. Pure strength has to come before strength endurance, or you'll hit a plateau. Beginners and veterans alike, this is how you improve your potential. Early season, getting better at better force production, improving your force production to lay that on to endurance later. So all of you beginning runners out there, or runners who aren't calling themselves competitive race, but are concerned with health, longevity, and run form, this is a great workout to work on run form, work on strength, work on that longevity and health. This is very good for you. So don't think this is just for racers. Therefore, racers, you out there, this is great, again, regardless of the type of race or race distance that you're training for. This is fundamental to improving your ability and your potential. For those veterans advancing in age, doing these on hills, obviously a hard, short effort has been shown to maintain VO2 max as we age. So much packed into this workout. All right, I've got one more. It's gonna take me to the summit. Didn't quite make it, got one more. I'm gonna pause here. Important, doing these any longer than 30 seconds completely changes everything we're talking about. And it moves more into a cardiovascular workout. Keep them between 15 and 30 seconds. Steep. All right, I counted 12 by 30 seconds. Cumulatively, I was just a little bit slower overall than my steady run, but accumulated a lot more work. And that's the idea of intervals. Where this becomes crucial for strength, like we've talked, but just as importantly, run form, doing them on hills puts my foot strike naturally in the position I want it to be. The hill, working against gravity, allows me to have to provide more force into the ground, giving me an understanding of the propulsion I talk about in run form. Rather than reaching out in front of your body to get speed, we're landing and driving into the ground to propel ourselves forward. And that's where a workout like this on hills becomes extremely beneficial. And working against gravity with the hill is it helps with our knee drive and getting that knee out in front of us rather than reaching out with our foot. All right, 1,500 feet. Now, sticking with the nature of strength running, which is what this workout is I'm gonna run back down the 1,500 foot of climb really slow with all my focus and awareness on my foot strike. So now how I use my feet, how I strike the ground is gonna really utilize my glutes a lot better than if I was to have no awareness running downhill and heel striking and getting way out in front of me and placing a lot of emphasis and stress on my quads. By strength running, by backing off, using my forefoot for strength, again, I electrify and turn on the glutes, and I use my glute medius for a stabilizer. And that's where all of this comes into play with working on eliminating tightness, tug and pull within our muscles, or developing what I call muscle equilibrium. Again, we put a lot of posterior work into the downhill, the eccentric load, and now I'm able to use my body in an appropriate way, eliminating too much stabilization required from my hip flexors, which they don't like to do that. So now I can again eliminate my hip flexor tightness and my IT band tightness because I'm not stressing the quad as much. So just nice and easy. A lot of this is steep enough where I can't run really fast, but I'm just keeping everything underneath me, keeping it real easy, enjoyable strength training. If you don't have steep hills, just go to the flats and do strength training like the previous video, where you're just nice, easy, 2 to 3 minutes per mile slower than your normal easy pace, working on foot strike. It's no different than what I'm doing now, but obviously the gravity's helping me out a little bit. Or do the drills. Let's talk shoes real quickly. I've got the Salomon S-Lab Sense 7s on. Nice and light, very minimal. Good, great for strength training. So great for strength running. Picking the most minimal shoe, the lightest shoe with proper protection I need for the terrain. Let your feet do the work. For me, I really attribute all this easy strength running downhill to my longevity, staying injury-free for such a long time. When I take on new ultra marathon clients, they're surprised at how much short, very fast running we do early on, but then they're pleasantly surprised at how good they feel as the program progresses.